Well, hello, adventure seekers. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing good. I've got what I believe should be, an adventure and a half for you guys today. I am out in, I'm in Mingo County, West Virginia, on the southwestern end, right on Kentucky, in the heart of hillbilly country. Hatfield McCoy feud wasn't that far from here, and just a whole lot of woods. Other than that, I am at a friend's place called Sport Outfitters, and he rents cabins here. I've done videos down here before, and they also own 400 acres, if I'm not mistaken, of some of the gnarliest West Virginia backcountry, steep mountainsides and all that kind of stuff that you can possibly imagine. If you were to think of West Virginia, rugged mountains and steep valleys and that sort of thing, this is exactly where we're headed into. Now, I'm not staying here in one of the cabins, although the cabins are really, really nice. No. Leo will be going back in through there somewhere and I'm going to go find me a spot and cut me a little place out. I brought me some tools and tents and a couple tarps. We're expecting some thunderstorms. It's going to be like 85 today, and we're expecting some thunderstorms to set in sometime tonight around 9 o'clock. So from tonight on, on through tomorrow should be real interesting, to say the least. But I came up back in the winter, and Jeff and I, the owner, we went out, just kind of looking around. He was showing me some spots and things like that. And there was this one in particular that I liked, and there was an old coal mine nearby, and it's been closed off for decades now. The old coal mine has, but there's a good chance, anyway, that there is something nearby, some old mine script, or who knows, old coins. We may find some artifacts. I don't know. Either way, I brought the metal detector. That's a plan B, to be honest. Once I get back in here and start getting the place cut out and find me a spot, I've got to find a spot first. Right now, all I know is I've got a whole bunch of acreage of really cool steep mountains and deep valleys and stuff like that to go play in. That's where I'm at right now. There's back up through there. That's where we're headed. I brought my little tent, little one I haven't used since probably 1992 or so. Yeah, that's the thing. You accumulate that junk over years. But I brought me a weed eater, and I got me a bow saw and hatchet, and hopefully we won't need those very much, but just in case. And I've got me a couple tarps, got me a little fire pit. Of course, I got, nice tent, my little tent and bed and all that junk. But once the thunderstorms roll in, this should be interesting. Pick some of this stuff out. How steep. Look at the ruts. Look at the ruts in that. Now the spot that I was eyeballing back in the winter, and I don't even know if I can get to it or not. Let me see. Let me park over there just in case Jeff or one of their guests comes down through here. I won't be in the way, or one of the boys. That's better. Now, the spot I'm eyeballing is right up here, but there was an old coal mine right there. And you can see where the old entrance was. That's the old coal mine right there. And that's what that's plan B though, the metal detecting around the old coal mine to see if I can find any old mine script or old coins or anything like that. That's plan B. We just make sure we get that clear. I think, getting set up and enduring 24 hours of, from the rest of the day is going to be hot. It's going to be mid-80s. It's going to be pretty warm. And then storms from 9 o'clock tonight on. So, But the spot that I'm kind of eyeballing is right back there. So, I guess I need to get my little hiking boots out and get back through there and see what I can see. And if not, if I can't find anything good, I know this spot right here, this is the old road. And you can see by the berm here, it's not used anymore. But that's how the coal was taken out here and all that good stuff. But like I said, you can see the berm here where it's not been used in many years. The road goes right down through there. So if nothing else, there should be a really good spot down there. But that's the scouting part, right? Hence the scouting. That's why we're here. But all right, I'm gonna get off here and go check these two spots and see which one I like best. I really like that just because it's so thick and dense back in there, and the creek. And of course you don't know, once you start getting thunderstorms, what that little tiny creek could do. You know what I mean? If big thunderstorms, that little, 10-inch wide creek turn into, 6 feet wide coming down through there, 3 foot deep. Who knows? This stuff is. This guy's here is straight up primordial. Okay? This little land here has, other than this bridge or pipe here for the road and that tank over there, and coal mine, of course, hasn't really changed a whole lot in, millions of years. And you can see a line right there and some equipment right there. That's a gas line. Natural gas. Usually anywhere you have coal, southern West Virginia, coal fields, or oil, you will also have natural gas. So we have a lot of that stuff around here as well. But other than that, there's no structures or anything like that. But, alright, I need to quit running my mouth, I guess, and go pick me out a spot. I got a whole lot of work to get done before, I started to say before 9, but yeah, I got to be set up by then, don't I? So, I got a lot of work to get done in the next couple hours. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Well, I think I have found home. This little wide spot right here. I brought my weed eater with me. I'm going to, clean it up. And I figure put my tent there. Park the side-by-side here. Have the canopy go over the two. And that sounds pretty good. And I have my little fire right there. That should work real nicely. Very woodsy, isn't it? Very, very thick. I mean, you think of southern West Virginia wilderness. You know what I mean. You kind of get an image in your mind. This is exactly what you see, isn't it? But we should be good. This should be a good spot. I would have rather had, a few more trees to tie the tarp to, but we'll use the side-by-side as an anchor point. It's not like I'll be, I'll be busy. So, starting to look a little more like something now, ain't it? I know I'm about ready for a cold drink. It's warm out here. It's about 85 or so. Lemonade sounds good. About 85 or so out here. I ain't got my chair out yet either, do I? That's a priority right there. seating arrangements are always a priority. That's better. Now we take a 5. That's better. Home sweet home for the next couple days. I got my tent up. Thought I lost a piece to it, but I found it. You know how the rods go inside the little sleeves? Little metal collars they fit into. Apparently the string had broken. The little collars came loose. Oh man, I'm gonna have to tape this thing back together. And started running the poles through, and it fell out. It was stuck inside the tent. Okay, well, all right. Well, I'll fix him. That's that one right there. But we got it up, and we're ready to go. This is an old one. I've had that tent for many, 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 many years. That thing is probably older than a lot of my viewers. I plan to, I'll move the side-by-side over here somewhere, and I've got a great big canopy, a tarp. I'll stretch across the top of the UTV and down the back side of the tent and attach it on the ground. Give me an extra layer of protection from the storm when it gets here. And, you know, have a nice little place outside where I can kind of hang out and have me a little fire and fix dinner or whatever. Just kind of hang out outside and watch the rain. Watch the storm all around me in the woods. It's going to be pretty cool, ain't it? This is going to be a pretty cool little trip. It certainly sounds like it anyway. Alright. Kick back for a minute. But we'll see how much time we've got. And just kind of wing it, right? Make it up as we go. That's the best way to do camping. Is to just work out a plan to get out there, and then once I get out there, I'll figure the rest out. That's your best way of doing it right there. All right. Well, guys, what do you think? Can it take a thunderstorm? I'm still working on it, obviously, but I've got some of the basic structure up. You know, what I had in mind anyway. Forgot my poles, so I was going to put poles on the sides right here and forgot them. Figures, don't it? But, oh well, we make do, right? We make do. Got my little stove ready. That is cool, ain't it? Fire Maple sent me that. That is nice, isn't it? But I'm going to make a camping classic a little bit later. I brought all the stuff to make really nice hot dogs. Even paid a little bit extra for the brand name chili, so I'm counting on you, Wolf brand chili. Don't let me down, man. Alright, what y'all think? I've still got to put a couple rocks, one here and one goes over on the other side over there to, you know, brace this side. I've got 4 ropes across the other end of the tarp, and of course the tent underneath with the rain fly. So I've got 3 layers of rain protection above me, and when it gets dark later and rainy and all that stuff, I can just put my chair right here. Okay, let me get down here. My chair will be right here. I'll have my laptop there watching movies. Got my tent right there, watching the rain, and I brought my rain gear with me too. You know, my good rain gear. So we'll probably, I'm sure we'll get out playing in the thunderstorm at some point. I have zero doubt. We probably got, I'm going to say about 6 or 7 hours until, you know, till the rain starts for real. So I've got plenty of time, and I've got most of the basic structure up. I got a couple holes here and there, but nothing dramatic. I can live with it. I don't care if it drips. That's what it's all about, ain't it? But we're all set up in here. Yeah. Got my bit, well, not all set up. I've still got my sleeping bag and I've got the air bed blew up. Got the hard part done. And got me, you know, cool little lamps and the ceiling fan. It just turns like so. And you hang it. So I'll have me a ceiling fan. And my tent has a light built into it too. Cool, huh? Heather got that. That's one of her toys, actually. I just kind of kidnapped it for this trip because I knew today was going to be hot. And I don't know, you know, if the rain ain't going to start till 9 o'clock tonight, then it might be pretty warm in here, you know. Might kind of need it. It's underneath the canopy, the tarp. It's a little bit warm right now. You know, the sun beating down on it and everything. But that's the whole point, I guess. You know, it's supposed to be a shelter for later when the rain starts, you know, have a really cool place to hang out. But it's not even quite 2 o'clock yet, so I got here a little bit late, but I'm actually a little bit ahead of schedule as far as setting up goes. You know, getting everything ready. Because, you know, I mean, you know, we're pretty much there. We're pretty much there. Looks interesting, don't it? Can it take a thunderstorm or what? I figure worst case, I'll get wet. I can live with getting wet. Wouldn't be the first time. I've been wet before. Didn't die. But I'm going to walk up here in a little while since I've got some daylight to burn. I'm going to walk up, show y'all around a little bit, show you the old coal mine, stuff like that while I'm here, and come back down in a little while and, you know, fix something to eat. It's around 2 right now. Yeah, 2:12. So I've got a little bit of daylight to burn. Gnat in my eye. You'll be gone later, little dude. Enjoy it while you can. I guess that's the whole point, isn't it? It's what I'm doing, enjoying it while I can. But here in a little while, like I said, here in a minute, got a couple other things I want to do. I want to go ahead and get some rocks, maybe, and a few other little oddball things before I head out. I've got my little, you know, got me a little fireplace. Yeah, fireplace. So it's a lot more. I know it sounds counterintuitive, you know, to buy Duraflame logs as opposed to firewood, real firewood. Unless you're just bringing your own firewood, you're bringing half a truckload of firewood, you know, from your house. This probably is a more economical route. Heather and I, we paid $6 or $8, I think, for a handful of firewood over at New River when we were out that way. I think it was like 8 pieces, 6 or 8 pieces of wood, like $1 a piece for a piece of wood. And, you know, that stuff, it'll burn much, much, much longer. But I got my metal detector, you know, for later, if we get the chance. I didn't really bring much to dig with. I guess I got my hatchet. I could kind of dig with a hatchet, I suppose. I don't know, I probably got something somewhere I could probably dig with. For hillbilly, you know? It's not supposed to be Taj Mahal. It's supposed to be, well, I guess it's supposed to be that, isn't it? That's pretty much exactly what a hillbilly is expected to do. Slap up a tent, throw a tarp over it, and yeehaw! I'm making hot dogs tonight. It's good to be a hillbilly, y'all. It's good to be a hillbilly. Figured we'd just take a walk up to that old coal mine. It's just right up here around the bend. And see if the metal detector, look at that deer track. Not real fresh, but still. But just see if we get anything on the metal detector. And since I don't really have anything to dig with, I guess it don't matter anyway. If I do get something, I'm not that far from the house. If I get a bunch of signals. But I figure why not, you know, since I'm right here, got the metal detector, I've got time to kill, why not? some thick vegetation in it. Very thick. You could run into anything out here. Look at that. Speaking of, look at those. Look at the size of those. Yes, I have one, but no, it's not with me. In case anybody was wondering. About the only thing you really want to watch out here. You really want to watch out for snakes, of course. Here where I'm at, you're liable to run into rattlesnakes or copperheads in this area. Copperheads, they kind of tend to hang down in here more than up high on the mountains, but you know, rattlesnakes come down here too. He's a rattlesnake. He'll do what he wants to. What are you going to do about it? All right? Now, right up there is the spot where I was looking at to maybe camp. If you look, see, if I could clear this out right here and then put the tent right over there, the creek comes down and then turns and comes back down this way. That little spot would be awesome, little camp spot. But there would be a lot to do, you know, just to get to park right there out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And then you'd have to cut all this clear path, and then the spot's not level, so you'd have to do some digging and level it out a little bit. But even if you did, you know, thunderstorms coming, I don't know if being down that close to the creek is a good idea. But where we're going right now is right straight across the little trail. Now, this is a gas well trail. You know, that you could, like I mentioned earlier, the gas well equipment, and probably a little bit of timbering too. But look at that! Look at that! Straight up almost. There's some rugged trails here. These are what we call outlaw trails. Basically, any trail that isn't Hatfield-McCoy trail is called an outlaw trail, and you know they're all over the place. But right here is the entrance to that old mine that I was telling you about. Now you got to picture the road coming up through here, right? Men coming and going every day to work here, back inside this crack. Now you see where we're at. We're out in the middle of nowhere, okay? I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? You're still not at work. You're just now starting to get there. And you can see where the dirt is piled up here in front of it to contain all of the water and whatever else. Hello? Hello? Wow, listen to that. Did you hear that? That thud? There's a lot of water in there. There's a lot of water in there. I mean, that whole mine is flooded. I think Jeff said this was a mile deep. Went a mile back in there. It might have been longer. It might have been 4. I don't really remember for sure right now. But I remember he said it went way back in there. Old coal mine. But what we want to do, and you can see the ground's wet where the water seeps out and goes across and down into the creek over there. But I just kind of wanted to see, just out of curiosity, if we would get any signals on the metal detector. And like I said, if we do, we'll get, you know, as far as that goes, I'll get with Danny, come over with his good ones. And, you know, this may be a little spot we want to search at some point. Okay, fine. I'm sure it's nothing, and I probably can't get down deep enough to even see if it is, but, yeah, like I said, I don't have anything to dig with. Alright. That's very promising though, isn't it? Very first swipe. Oh well. Says it's a quarter. Says 25 cents. Let me turn it off and reset it just to be sure. Okay. Hold it up and turn it on and it recalibrates. I forgot that. Okay, we're ready. $1. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back here and do this for real. Look at that, another one. This is definitely worth coming back and, you know, when I have time. As big as, knock it off, as Jeff said, there was probably quite a few people, you know, coming and going. So there could be, you know, there really could be something here. Who knows? Silver. Says it's a penny. Of course, now the penny could be mind script too. Oh yeah, we definitely got to come back here. Same thing. Check it out. All kinds of signals. I started right there and just came down this way. That's all I did. What? 20 feet? I'm 20 feet from where I started. But you can see where the water, check it out. Water comes out of the mine and saturates the ground and just permeates right through the ground and heads down to the creek down below. I imagine when this coal mine was, alright, let me turn that off. I imagine when this coal mine was active, that all this, you know, trees and stuff was probably cleared off. So this is probably all growth since that was shut down. But I mean, could you imagine? Way back in here in the mountains and then back in the coal mine. And you saw what it looks like. That does not look very inviting. Now does it? Man, these little gnats around that water, around that nasty water. Little gnats are everywhere. That's alright, the rain will get them in a little while. You get rid of all the little bugs, they'll disappear. That's pretty cool though there, isn't it? Little road going down through there. Old road. You can see where the dirt road went. Right down through there and up over that little hill. I see a sign down there, a gas well marker, no doubt. No doubt one of those. Right down there. Pretty cool though, isn't it? And you can see where it goes way on up the hill to where the gas well is actually positioned. And then there's pumps and storage tanks and, you know, all the other equipment. And they collect it from, you know, different little places through this, what, 2-inch pipes. And then combine it and send it on out to your house. That's wild, isn't it? Just comes out of the ground in a pipe. And they put it in a bigger pipe and send it to your house, and it keeps you warm in the winter. Wild, isn't it? Cooks your food, all that stuff. With, you know, a pipe in the ground. That's all you did. Alright, let's head back down. I'm getting hungry. I'm kind of starved, actually. I didn't really eat before I left the house. I was kind of in a rush, wanted to get gone and get out and get up here. Look how pretty that is. That little valley right there probably ain't changed a whole lot, has it? I mean, just in appearance. I'm sure the coal mine people did a little bit, but probably not too much. They just came up and went in the hole. You know, went back in the hole right there and got the coal. That's all they were interested in. They didn't care about any of this. This is what I'm here for, you know, for the wild of all of it. But check this one out. This is where I was going to go. This is the spot that I really wanted to camp in, but it's just not suitable. Not suitable for what I needed. Let's leave the metal detector laying there by the road. There's no one else here, and it is private property. Wild strawberries right here. And yes, these are totally edible. I used to eat them all the time when I was a little kid. They're not as sweet. Oh, sorry. They're not as sweet as the strawberry that, you know, you would buy in Walmart or whatever. But they're still good. They're still good. And there's all kinds of them, you know, all through here. I see a dozen easily. You got berries, blackberries and raspberries. They've already bloomed and they're starting to form. They'll be getting ripe soon. Look at the size of that fern. Look at that. Just kind of expect dinosaurs to come running out from behind that bad boy, don't you? That is huge. See, I would have had to have cut a path through all of this and wreck all the raspberries. These are all raspberries here. They'll open up. Eventually, the little pods will open up and the berries will be inside. That's my favorite. I like raspberries better than blackberries. Blackberries you can't trust. You're eating blackberries, they're sweet, delicious, you're loving every bite, and then you bite one that's like super sour, and you didn't expect that. I mean, not that I dislike the sour blackberries, you know, or anything, but, you know, you snuck up on me, you know? You didn't do that right. Was little. Places like this, man, were just paradise when I was a little kid. Looking for crawdads, and y'all know them, y'all know what a water dog is? I don't know if that's something here or whatever. I don't know, but it's like, they're like little black, they're like lizards, little amphibians, and, you know, they kind of swim around in the water. They're only, 2, 3 inches, 4 inches, something like that. But we used to catch them all the time when I was little. You know, really little. We'd catch them, play with them, and crawdads, of course, and fish and whatnot. But anyway, water dogs. That is cool, isn't it? How pretty. See all the valleys? Steep hill on this side, steep hill on this side. This would make an awesome primitive camp spot. You know, just level it out a little bit, bring it up, you know, 3-4 feet above the creek, just to be on the safe side when the creek gets up, won't get in your campground, your campsite. This would be a great one. I mean, it's very super secluded, hidden. Yeah, super primitive camping spot. You hear me? You hear that, Jeff? I think you should put you a primitive campsite right here, buddy. I'd rent it. I would. All right, let's head back down to the campsite. I'm getting, well, we're past Hungry. We passed Hungry quite a ways back. Man, that thing is huge. Look at that spider. There's a granddaddy long legs right there. Or they say they're old legends, myths, or whatever. You know what I mean. And a little ladybug. they say, children say, that you put them down and that one long leg, the pointy, you know, that they'll point to your true love. I don't know if y'all ever heard that one or not. I can just remember that from when I was a little kid thinking, it's a bug, dude. Maybe not in so many words, but yeah, that was the general thinking. It's a bug, man. You're taking love advice from a bug. Okay, under the tree. Limbo. Look at all the strawberries. All over the place. Wild strawberries. They're good. They're just not, like I said, they're just not as sweet as, you know, store-bought strawberries. They're still good, though. They're edible, for sure. Cool little spot, huh? Amazing. You can find all kinds of, just right in your backyard. If you go look, you never know what you find. This is, I'm going to say 5-6 miles from my house. And like I mentioned earlier, it's basically, it's just a large piece of land that a friend of ours owns. And, you know, I've been up here before riding, and I happened to ask him, hey, do you care if I go back there and do some camping? No, man, go right ahead. Okay. Here we are. We're ready to go. I got my kitchen all set up, and we seem to be ready to cook. Started to use the handle. It's not hot yet. Get me some hot dogs going, and then heat my chili up. Got my buns over there. Ice cold Coke. That sounds pretty good. Nice break from some of the weirder stuff I've been making on some of these camping trips. Beef and noodles, and, you know, get back down to some, you know, reality here and make some hot dogs. Now that looks interesting, doesn't it? Just about ready. Warm the chili just a little bit, and we are ready. That will work. Hard to do one-handed. Ouch. Hot dog water. Managed to get it on me already. Haven't even gotten the wieners all the way in yet. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it. Oh well, that's life. What are you gonna do? It's too late now. Alright. That looks pretty good. It looks a little bit excessive, okay, but whatever. Alright. Got a couple more dogs for later. Or, you know, maybe roasting on the fire, or more hot dogs. Who knows? Alright, let's go eat. I got my little chair back here in the shade. Got me an ice cold Coke. Look at that. Let's sit that right there. Look at that. Look at the condensation on that. Alright guys, I'll see y'all. Well, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Oh, it broke. Try that one. Yeah, it was a bit excessive with the chili. Whatever. Oh well. Well, now it's a camping trip. It officially became a camping trip when I lit that. And before that, I was merely sitting outside. Now it's a camping trip. Just for the record. Those birds. Got my leftovers. That's my chili from earlier. And, well, I'm done with the hot dog water. I wasn't really going to drink it. Well, it's coming up on 7 o'clock. And everything seems to be okay so far. The sky has gotten decidedly grayer. The sun is gone, and I don't think I'm going to be seeing it for a little while. For probably a couple days. Everything seems to be ready, pretty tight. Got my little symbolic fire, but yeah, it's still way too warm to be hanging out near the fire. It's still probably 80. It was like 85, 90 earlier. You know, I was just looking. I was just thinking too, you know, how that goes. The old coal mine is right up here, and you know, this creek runs right down through here. The old road goes up that way, and then comes back down this way, and then the trail goes on up to the right, and then this side is a boxed valley. I was kind of wondering. We know the coal mine, you know, was right up here. I mean, you know, it's right there, but I'm kind of thinking, you know, they would have came in, you know, that way. This right here was probably part of, you know, the coal mines. Probably part of the coal mines territory, you know, their office, their front gate, their, you know what I'm saying, their driveway, I guess. But I was looking, I happened to notice right here. I don't know if y'all saw this. Right here. That's old piece of mining belt. And there's a piece right there under my chair too. It's an old piece of mining belt. And the way they do that is they put that on big machines with rollers, and it continuously circulates. And they dump coal on it, and the belt feeds the coal all the way out of the coal mine and into cars or trucks or a big pile or whatever, you know, depending on what they're doing. And, you know, I just thought that was, I just happened to notice that. I was walking all around it, you know, had my chair sitting over it, and I just happened to think, you know, yeah, coal mine, road going up that way, road coming down this way, belt line. Huh. Imagine that. This was probably a little bit bigger operation than I think it was. But, I mean, that just kind of goes to show, you know, there's all kinds of crazy history all around you, you know, if you look. You know, I knew the coal mine was up here, but never really paid much attention, you know, as far as the roads going in and out and things like that. And certainly never cut the grass here to find the belt line. But check that out. That first step. Yeah, that next step right there is a bad one. Got a deep gully going down here. And this is just straight down to the creek. It's probably, looks like about 50 feet down. Something like that, down to the creek bed. I can hear frogs already, and it's not even close to dark. It's like, what I say, 15 till 7. Couple good seats. I've spent a lot of time in this one, I can tell you that much. Spent a lot of time in this seat. Yeah, I've still got I've got all this stuff too. The radio and Radio. Got 1,000. This thing's got a 1,000-watt mini amp in it. It's got 4 full range powered speakers. 250 watts each. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right, don't you? But this is pretty sweet, man. I like this. This is very simple, very, I want to say elegant, but it's not elegant. You know, elegant is certainly not the right word here. It's very something other, though. It's very something. Whatever it is, I like it. Pretty, isn't it? Just right across from where I'm camping at. I was just thinking, you know, like edibles and that kind of thing. There's all kinds of them right here. Of course, you want to do that. Now, when I was little, when I was a kid, I don't know who told us, but it was called snake spit. Right? Hang on. Right there, you see that? And there's different. I now know that it's eggs. It's insect eggs. They lay their eggs on the plants. And it's just all over the place. There's 2 on that one. All over the place. A little bit boggy. You see the cattails right over there. There's a lot of wildlife in here already. I heard a deer grunt at me over there. I heard a turkey. It's a turkey back down this way. Heard 2 wood hens. Of course, I've heard squirrels and junk too, but heard 2 wood hens. And basically, if you don't know what a wood hen is, it's kind of like it's a wild chicken. It's basically what chickens are based on, but they're not, you know, adapted to be bigger. They're wild chickens. They're about half the size of a chicken that you would buy at, you know, Walmart or something like that. But they're called wood hens, and they're wild chickens. And I heard one up this way, and heard one out through there too. What the hell? I thought I just saw a snake. I did. You see him? Right there by the edge of the water. It's Copperhead too. Sure is. Alright, we're gonna go back down and leave him alone. We don't play with Copperheads. But I was just gonna show y'all, those are all kinds of, like I mentioned, edibles. Pretty much any flower. Those are clover. You can see the clover right here, and that's the bloom. Not a whole lot of nutritional content in it, but some starches. It's better than nothing if you're starving. And pretty much any flower blooms. Wild berries. You know, of course, this is, you know, surviving in the wild in the summertime. You know, it's a lot easier because, you know, you can go plant-based. In the winter when it's cold, everything is, you know, protein-based. It's animals and, you know, that sort of thing. Well, my little thunderstorm's getting closer, ain't it? I only got 1 bar of service, so it took like 5 minutes to get the page to load. I will try. Look at that. Here it comes. Getting windy. Got my tent set up. I don't know how well y'all can see it. I got my little light up there. A little lantern out here. And a little LED here inside the Can-Am. Got a couple more, but, you know, don't really need them yet. That's pretty bright. No doubt. That ought to work. But it's not totally dark out, but it's certainly getting there. And the wind is picking up. You can definitely tell that. You can hear it up there. We should be getting real close. Can y'all see that? It's moments like this that make you question some of your life choices. Anyway, I thought I'd share that real quick. It just kind of, just dawned on me. Hey, you deliberately went out camping and knowing that was on the way. And take a look at that. It's like 11 o'clock. And the rain has somehow just basically disintegrated in the area. I mean, it's still gonna, the front's still gonna cross, but, I kind of feel cheated, to be honest. I know I'm better off this way. I get that. Hey, let me get a little bit of light on. Show you what we're playing with here. I've got got my tent set up there. Let me see, how do you, light. You can do, cool little tent light. Got trimmers playing. Better pause that. It's the new one. Yeah, I think it's a generic one. I don't think it's the real Trimmers franchise, but it's pretty good. No, not too bad. It's called the New Trimmers. Hollywood English movie. Right. There we go. See no more critters. Looks pretty decent. A little fire smoldering. I just kind of let it go out. So far so good. No bears, no polar bears, nothing like that. Alright, we'll see y'all in a while. Alright, well, it's midnight. The rain never did come. It came right up to the doorway and chickened out and ran away, crying. So, I'll say that and get dumped on that one. But we're still expecting some, so we'll see. The storm, I don't know, whatever. You know how the weather is. Either way, I've done talked to Heather and told her good night. It's midnight now. So I'm gonna turn these lights on in here and turn those off over there and draw some bugs out and gather up the rest of my junk. Take my laptop in there, watch a little bit of TV while I get comfy and relax and fall asleep. Well, guys, my tent set up. It didn't leak a drop. Not a single drop of water came in because it never freaking rained. I was robbed. I was cheated. And I'm upset about it. I'm a little bit mad at the weatherman. Okay, not really, but how weird is that? I mean, a storm front 3 states wide, cherry red. It gets right up to the door. You know, y'all saw the trees up there blowing and going crazy and all that, and the storm gets right up to my front door, lights a bag of dog poop on fire and runs away laughing. Man, that is not right. I demand a refund. I mean, I didn't spend anything on this, but I demand the weatherman. Yes, the weatherman owes me some money. I'm going to sue the weatherman. Oh well. What are you going to do? I did have this huge black spider last night. I went to bed and I could see him up on top of the mesh. You know, I could see him up through the mesh. He was up in here. I mean, this huge black spider. And let me, turn my coffee off. It's hot now. I had a little light laying up here, and I bumped the temp to run the spider off. He runs over this way, and the little light slides down here, and the spider, he's like 2 inches wide, and the light's laying outside. It's still on. I'm like, well, that light's gone. Now check this out. Just got off the phone with Heather. I have one bar here, so we can talk. I just can't send pictures or video or, you know, stream or anything like that. But I have one bar, and just got finished talking with Heather. You know, getting ready to pack up. We've got somewhere to go tomorrow. We're going to Man, West Virginia tomorrow and do a story for our other channel. And just happened. Well, I guess I better get off here. I hear a little bit of drizzle, you know, rain, just a little tiny bit on the top of the canopy. Well, I better get off here and get started packing, I guess. And look at that. Now, last night this just fell apart before it got here. But today, since I'm thinking about leaving, getting ready to leave, I'm pretty sure it's going to rain really hard. Because as everybody knows, that's how Mother Nature operates. I'm going to take my time anyway. I'm going to enjoy my trip. And Mother Nature can kiss my butt. Because, quite frankly, I brought rain gear so she can take her rain, and I think she knows where she can stick it. Alright, guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to have me some coffee. I'm not going to do it just yet anyway. I don't care what Mother Nature says. I'm going to have me some coffee, wake up, and just to chill and enjoy and pack slowly like I always do. And take my time, do it right. You know, I'm kind of anal about the way I got to fold stuff. It has to be folded correctly or it's wrong. You know, I guess that's my little, ADHD or something. I have to do things neatly for some reason. I don't really, you know, the tarp there, it doesn't make it a bit better if it's folded perfectly, but there it is. Alright, now I'm going to get off here and I'm just going to chill and have me some coffee and maybe snack a little bit and gradually pack up as I go. I'll probably get all the stuff under the tarp first and then do the tarp last and haul tail. Guess what? It's raining. It's been raining for about 20 or 30 minutes. I've just been sitting here, I mean, just soaking it up. Loving it, just watching the rain. Very cool. I'll take it. It's pretty nice. Look at that. I was hoping for, to be honest, tell you the truth, I wanted, you know, I timed it for a storm, you know. I wanted wind and thunder and heavy rain and, you know, terrifying in the middle of the night. You know, that was kind of what I was hoping for, but I don't know. I guess maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. I need to get to work. It's a little after 11 now, and I know I've got to be in Man, West Virginia tomorrow. So I guess that means, I need to call an end to this one. It's not dripping at all. The little holes, it's got some holes in it, but they're not dripping at all. I haven't seen the first drip come through the holes.
at the angle, maybe. But, or maybe just the drop not caught it just right. Well, I got everything packed up and loaded up and ready to go. The only evidence that I was here is the little spot where I had my little fire pit at, and a little bit of fresh cut grass. So, anyhow, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed the trip and all that good stuff, and y'all have a really good day. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. And this is Leo out. See you guys next time. They got guests. I heard them roll in this morning. Thank you, Sport Outfitters, for letting me crash out in your woods. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, boys. Appreciate y'all. Cool looking little cabins. At an awesome place. See y'all later.